are hunters. What we enjoy is the chase of the hunt. Now, after we capture you, we're okay with that. We're okay with that. But after day one, you're not captured. We still hunting for you. If you break down after day one and you're not in a serious relationship right now, I want you to start thinking about the pattern. If you break down too quick on the guy, what is it? What does he have? What does he have? See, you may not like what I'm about to tell you, but men are aesthetic. We're just aesthetic creatures. I love it when my wife gets jazzed up. I love it. Now, if I come home 15 nights in a row, which I do come home very late, and she's already in her favorite little gray sweat outfit, and that's all I'm seeing for 15 days. You know, I say something to my wife. I said, baby, we need to get up in the morning, have breakfast together, go somewhere, do something. But I tell her that, and she ain't got no problem. Okay, what you want to do? Because every now and then, I want to see who I ask to marry me. I don't want to come out here and bust my ass, and I don't get to see this person no more. No, what the happened to who I married? What I'm out here working for, I'm busting my ass. She's the same person, but still, you can be cute for you, that's cool. But your man also needs you to be cute for him. But let me ask you something. You have something you require of your man too. And you want it from him whether he feel like it or not now. If you want your man to be a certain way for you, he got to be that for you, don't he? If he don't, you're going to have a problem with him. Whatever it is, whether you want to see him dressed up every now and then, or you want to see him come home at a decent hour, or you want to see him be a better provider, whatever it is you want from him. You want him to treat your kids better, whatever it is you want, he got to do it now. If he don't, you're going to have a problem. I'm just throwing it out there so you can just understand the psyche of men. You do not have to like what I'm telling you about us. It don't change us, though. We are who we are. And if you understand that, you can get what you want. That's all I'm saying. Because I was talking to a buddy of mine who met a girl recently. I said, man, how'd it go, man? That girl was fly. He said, man, she took her makeup as soon as we got it home. She took her makeup off. I said, what happened? He said, me up. He said, dog, she got to wait till I got feelings for her first. You just can't come in here and do this to me. I mean, if you don't think that's how guys think, that's why I brought it up to you, because I just wanted to get some of y'all's opinion. It's very, very real, man.
Hello, and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a treat of a discussion to talk about today. We've been circling around about it, and, we've been hearing a lot on social media about the questions on why people do not want to be in relationships anymore, and why is the rate of marriage going down. Please do call in if you have any questions or comments, so that we can get you heard. But everybody has an opinion. Everybody has the right to voice their thought. But before we bring our guests in and start the show off, I do want to go ahead and let y'all know we do still have the poetry contest going on. We did start it December 16th. This is for the Powerful Poet of the Year. The trophy is completed, but probably will not be shipped off until the 7th. So y'all still have time to get your videos in. We do have some videos that have came in. The judge that is going to be critiquing the videos, he has been looking over them. So if you want to enter the contest, please make sure that you get your videos in so we can get it over to him. There will be a first and second place. The first place will be the trophy, along with the Unspoken Heart 2 book, which you see right here. If you want to own the book, it is now available on Amazon. So you can go on Amazon, put in the Unspoken Heart 2, and it will pop up, and you can go ahead and possess your own copy. If you want it autographed, all you can do is contact me. I will make arrangements for you to get that autograph. Also, the first book is still available online as well. Right now, it is on sale for $5. That's just for right now. So if you want, make sure you get your copy before the price goes up. But the poetry contest, the first winner will get a trophy and the book. Second place winner will get a certificate. We haven't decided what we're going to title that one there, but there will be a second place. And the second place will get that along with the Unspoken Heart CD, which you see here. And if you want to possess ownership of this as well, you just contact me because I have ownership and the supply of the CDs here. And the CDs with the cover is $15. Without the cover is $10. So just hit me up. Let me know if you want to possess your own copy. The due date as of right now for y'all to get it in is January 30th. So make sure you hurry up and get those videos in so that you can go ahead and enter into the contest. This is real. This is a glass trophy. This is something we're going to be doing every year now, honoring the poets. So just make sure y'all can either email me. And I know some people have been having problems sending it through emails. So they've been sending it to me through the messenger inbox, which is fine. It's easy that way for me as well. And I can send it over to him. So just make sure you get your videos in. The rules are that it cannot be deep sexual content. It has to be clean. Also with the contest, you have to be in the video speaking the words of the poetry. We have to see your face. So make sure you have the video, you're in the room and you're actually reading this or seeing this. We cannot accept anything with just the vocal, nothing from an event or a program. It has to be with you live right there recorded. So thank y'all so very much for the ones that's already entered. And so we're on with the show. We're bringing in our co-host, Dwight Robinson. Assistant co-host, Denise. Interviewer, Keisha. And also King D. Hello, my beautiful people. How y'all doing today?
All right.
I hope y'all staying well. I know we missed last week due to me being sick, and I guess it's one thing after another because now my allergies are kicking in. So y'all just stay well out there. Make sure y'all safe. How's everything going for you, Mr. Co-host?
Oh, I'm blessed. I can't complain. I'm very blessed.
Great. Now, as y'all know, we have discussed this here, to where we have had many questions, and I mean, it's very visible now that it appears that through the years now, a lot of people have lost respect and the want for marriage. In your opinion, why do you think that's so?
A lot of people, times have changed, the generation and even our generation. People just don't know what true love is anymore, or marriages. Marriages have been kind of declining a little bit. And I think it's because men and women just don't really take the time out to understand one another. If you don't take time out to communicate and try to understand each other, it's just not going to work. And it's just not getting better because more people today are just too busy on different things besides communicating, finding the real source of the problem and everything. So that's just something I can take on it.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you on that. A lot of people have lost, the sense of communication. because I know I read something back in the day. I think that was in a movie. I forgot what it was. Think Like a Man or something like that. That Steve Harvey. It was based off a book with Steve Harvey, and they was mentioning how back in the day, in order for men to actually get any type of intimacy from a woman, they had to actually be married to them. To where now it's got to the point to where it's not hard for them to get this. It's not hard for them to just get out there and get in the bed. It's like it's been made easy. And I'm gonna say, Keisha, what is your opinion about this here? And because as the times go on, it seems like it's getting worse. You're not hearing too many people getting married anymore.
Well, I think people are just really self-absorbed now. Everybody's focused on them, their lives, their children, their jobs. People don't want to, I guess you could say, press. Nobody wants to tolerate anything. You mess up one time, you done. It's not the willingness to continue a relationship like back in the old days when people, put up with a little bit of stuff because that's, better or worse. People don't have those and value those morals anymore. They're not there.
And I agree with you on that as well, because you gotta look at, the women are not like they used to be. There was more submissive back then, and the man was more respected as the head of the household. To where now you finding women that are more dependent and more headstrong, to where they feel like, oh, I don't need a man, or I could do this by myself, or I could be bad off by myself. Shanice, what do you have to say about that?
Which part did you want me to talk about? You said a lot right there.
Your opinion about the reason that people are not honoring marriage no more. They're not respecting relationship statuses.
Well, from what I've heard, it had people that would say it's just a piece of paper. It don't mean nothing. We don't have to be married to be together. I think it's a cop out, easy way to leave when you're ready. And then I think a lot of times it's more of, especially for women, unfortunately, they think they just want to see that ring. They want to see a ring. They want to say that I got married. I got married. I have a ring. But no really love the person.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the women's fault, because a lot of them, they look at the fantasy world behind the wedding dress, the theatricals, of the reception and everything, to where they not really focusing on what they really have invested within this person, or if they even invested anything within that person.
The work.
Yes.
The work.
And I feel sometimes that people, and we're going to go to King D in a minute, I feel that people are quick to give up. They don't want to do the work that it requires now in order to build a good marriage. What is your opinion about this, King D?
You're muted.
I feel like these days that marriage is more like, I agree. It's just like a show. It's taken as a joke. People don't take it serious anymore. And then another thing, like you said, that it's easier for people to lay up without being married these days. So it's just what it is. That's just my opinion. It's a joke.
And I have to agree, because I sit back and I think about it. I was married and I got divorced in 2003. But my reasoning of divorce was the fact of, the domestic violence and what I was worth. Now it just like people fall out of love real easily, or they feel like, okay, they missed out on something. So they think that by going with something else, they got something better.
Yeah.
But I think it is also because a lot of people are stirring away from marriage, because you're hearing a lot of people complain about marriage. They talk too much about the negativity and not the positivity of it. To where now they're just like, well, I don't want to be in a committed relationship. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I want to be able to come and go as I please. And it's sad, but it's like, yes, you do have people that got to go through counseling. They got problems to where they don't know how to communicate. You know, they don't know how to solve something without putting hands or, you know, giving up or actually knowing how to listen. Because it's like they say with the women, they need to learn how to listen. They're quick to go off. They're getting their emotions too fast to where they miss exactly where the man is coming from and what he's trying to say. And you know, I hated to put it like this, but the black woman do have this problem to where she's quick to go off. Instead of just saying, wait a minute, hold up.
Just like that.
Let's talk about this. What exactly are you saying? Instead of jumping to assumptions, ask that person, what do you mean? What are you coming from with this? You know,
Communication. It's not communication anymore. It's more of an argument.
it's more of a confrontation, and it's like, fine. I'm not saying all, but majority of the women, they say they don't like confrontation, but you're quick to go off. You're quick to jump on a defense mode without actually just sitting down listening, because he could be saying one thing, but you hearing another. And then, you know, to be honest, sometimes men don't know how to word things to where a woman could actually understand where they're coming from. And the way they word things can make her feel like she's got to put that defense mode up. So it's just like King D say, it has a lot to do with communication.
Well,
But-
I don't think the vows of a marriage have changed. I think society has changed those vows. People even write their own now. So, you know, when you take a lot of things out, when you're standing up there, you know, before that preacher or whatever, and you start taking stuff out, then it's like you're making up your own rules for your marriage. You know, they take God out, they take for better or worse out. You know, they want to write their own. And I think that's, we're getting too far from God. If you want to,
I agree. I 100% agree.
I agree, you know, because it's like, that's just like when they took God out of the schools. Things start getting worse, you know. You remove God from things that where he planned it. It's not, because things are not based off of your plans or the way you want it or the way you designed it. It's the way that he constructed. It's just like, I mean, I had a problem when it already did, because I mean, I was like, when you say to love, honor, and obey, I had the problem with obey. Now, I don't have a problem with respect.
Yes.
But the reason why I had a problem with obey is because some men take obey as being controlling, or like a woman is supposed to be a child. You know, it's like, no, that's what you tell a dog. That's to obey.
Well, the obey thing is basically the man is the head, and usually if it's something that, for instance, you know, say the pipe or the gas leak or whatever is broken, and the husband said, well, I can fix it. And the wife is like, no, I'm going to call a repairman. And the husband said, that's it. I'm doing it in a discussion. So basically, that's what it's basically saying about obeying. You know, let him try to fix it first before you call
But
the
that's a
plumber.
little under submitting.
Yeah, that's
That's one of submitting.
Yeah. Basically, what it is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to. A lot of women don't want to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Apologize.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, just like Teresa was saying, a lot of women, you know, take it the wrong way, and I have to say, men do too. You know, and that's why I said you have to communicate and understand one another. A lot of men do take it far. They feel like obeying. You do everything I say. There's no arguing, no going back and forth, which I kind of disagree with that. I believe that if you marry, you should talk things out and just work it out. But use the man, you know, if he's trying to do something, you just let your husband be a man and just do it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't. Basically, that's what it's actually saying. But we have a lot of people that are not understanding that. They're just not understanding this at all. And that's why we have a lot of problems with people getting married, can't stay married or whatever. So if you're not understanding each other or understand what the word of God is saying, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and you know, just like I said, you know, Keisha hit it right on the head. It's like people didn't took God out of so much to where the respect has been lost. And I think that's the master key of everything, because when you remove God, you start to see that things are starting to fall. You know, it's just like when they say submit, a lot of people are getting that word misconstrued. and they want to take it out of context to suit themselves. You're not reading the full thing where he says submit unto him, but you submit unto him as he submits unto God. Meaning that if he doesn't submit unto God, you do not have to submit unto him, because by him submitting unto God, you're following the ways of the way God wants you to go. He will be, when you follow him, you're following God. But if he's not following God and submitting unto God, he can misconstrue you to go the wrong direction. Then God holds you accountable for submitting unto the wrong cause. And see, that's what a lot of people take out of context. Submitting doesn't mean that you can control me or I got to do everything you say. Submitting doesn't mean that you are the head of everything. What it means is that when you submit, you have to follow unto him as he follows unto God.
Yes.
Amen. Say,
Well,
preach.
a lot of people also bring their friends in. So now you're not just married to one person. You know, you got these sister wives and, you know, extra people. And that's not how God meant for it to be. When a man leaves his family and cleaves to his wife, they become one, not three, not four. They become one. Everybody has just really I think now with this newer generation, it's just so misunderstood because so much stuff is allowed. Older women, we don't teach the younger women. So you think you can shake your booties and, you know, show your breasts, and that is supposed to keep a man. That does not keep a man. And we've just so far, it's like we need to just, you know, bring it back, because we've stepped so far from how it is supposed to be, and we just make up these rules as we go. So some of it falls on us because we're not teaching.
And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back to that, because she hit on something that I want to discuss. I mean, because it's like what we're teaching our children, and example that we said before them, that it's okay to just lay up with people. It's okay to just do certain things, and that's the way to get to man. So we'll be back right after this.
It depends on how you approach it. There's some relationships that are truly not worth it anymore. There's some relationships that are totally based upon selfishness. That are totally based upon what can you do for me? How can you make my life better? I don't care about you. I'm going to act like I do, but this is really about me. Indeed, there are many relationships like that. So maybe you came through, you had an experience like this in the past, and you're wondering, you know, are relationships even worth it anymore? Honestly, sometimes they're not. And for some people, they might be better off not being in a relationship than being in a relationship, because you do have some people who keep chasing after that next best thing. And when they think they've landed it, it's not really the next best thing. Someone messes up and then boom, they're back on the road searching for that next best thing, not realizing that they have issues that they have to deal with that is causing these other people to run away. But they keep looking. So it depends on the approach. It depends on on how you're approaching the relationship, how both parties are approaching the relationship. If both parties are coming in from a point of, I want to help you be happy, I don't want to make you happy, because I can't do that. You have to be happy within yourself. But I want to add to your happiness. I want to help in your happiness, make it more. And the other person is coming from the same point, then it's unselfish. And in situations like that, yes, relationships are worth it, you know? And you could also have situations where people have open relationships. You know, maybe they're being intimate with other people, but they're still with that particular partner as well. And that works for them. In a situation like that, relationships are worth it, because for them, it works, right? So it just depends on the approach that you have, what you're looking for, what the other person is looking for, and making sure that both of you are on the same page. Because all kinds of people have all kinds of relationships that may seem unorthodox, right? Like I just mentioned, some people have relationships where they still have sex with other people, very open relationships. Some people have relationships where it's just a business thing. It's all about, you know, how the both of them can grow on a professional level, and there's no intimacy there, but that works for them, right? So at the end of the day, it just depends on the type of relationship you're looking for, and making sure that the person that you get with is on the same page.
Wow. He said a mouthful. He said a mouthful, and it made a lot of
Mm,
sense because it goes back to where Keisha had said that we are constructing things the way we want it
Mm-hmm.
and not the way it's supposed to be. Cause and then,
Yeah.
he's making me think business. People are doing it like it's a business now.
And relationship is
Yeah.
not a business.
No.
It's
And
not.
in business, I'm thinking that what he's saying that okay, we can have friends with benefits, or we can have this moment when we need each other to fulfill that spot. But I think there's no commitment.
no.
So that's like a business arrangement. And to me, it's like that's still a loss of respect.
Mm.
Yes, it is.
'Cause
You
where's
can't.
the intimacy? What's the love? Where's the compassion?
Well, they're using it as a
All that stuff where what a person would want a human being as a human being, you're gonna want someone who can fill your soul, not a pocketbook, not a investment. In a relationship, it shouldn't be an investment. It should be about the heart.
Yes, yes.
But some people are using it as a contract. You know,
Yeah.
when you sign on the dotted line, it's a contract. You know, I'm gonna stay with you till the kids get older, so I don't have child support. We're gonna stay together for the benefit of the kids so that the kids aren't broken. We're gonna stay together because our families expect us. It's a contract.
Yes.
It is a contract between two individuals that agree on a certain thing.
Wow.
Mm.
It's not only a contract for the family; it's a contract for the government too.
Yeah.
That's
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
my thing is like, what are we telling our children? I mean, you're going to stay in a situation because you're miserable, because of the kids. You're doing everything because of kids, but then they not understanding what would happen when they get grown. What could have happened, y'all? We thought y'all was good, so that y'all truly didn't love each other. So what is what really love? How do you
Yep.
love a person? And see, when you say contract as well, it's like I bumped into a situation where a person was just like, look, I just want to have fun. My thing is, you go have fun with somebody else because that's nasty. I
Leave
feel
me
like
alone.
when you talking about intimacy, when you're talking about, anything that requires clothes being off and you entwining each other, that's something that's very that's supposed to be intimate, to be between each other, to share emotions, to share what you feel about that person. Now I see why my grandmother would say, every person that person slept with, you're sleeping with as well.
Yeah. Because you take a piece of each person's soul with you.
Yes.
People don't believe in that, but you do.
Yeah.
You take a piece of you, go to that person, to that person, to that person.
Yeah. So, we talked about the decoration, the fantasy, and, what people are looking at, because you do, just like, I think it was either Keisha or Teresa said that some people are just looking at it, oh, it's just a piece of paper. So you shack up for 12 or 13, 15 years or death do you part. But then you have to look at, and I hate to bring this up, you have to look at DMX's situations. You got to look at even Young Dolph now. My thing is that they was planning a surprise wedding. But look what they left behind for the children and for the spouse, for the instead of being considered as her wife. I don't know if y'all seen it today. They didn't title her as his fiance, which to me is respectable, but to be titled as a lover.
Yeah.
Well, Spicy, to be honest with you, that's what they title it as a lover. DMX, I'm not sure. I think he was in a relationship with this girl for quite some time.
A long
Yeah.
time.
Long time.
So I don't understand, if you with somebody for 5, 10 years and you ain't married them, then why y'all even together? It don't make any sense. Y'all just go through this years and not actually going by the book and getting married and jumping the broom. They call it playing house. So a lot of
And then
people
you
like to
got
play
kids.
house and get the benefits without being married.
Yeah.
And
Some
if the
people
man dies, like the girl with DMX died, you don't get nothing because you never was married to the man. His family get it, brothers and sisters, but you don't get nothing out of it. So it's a lot to take in.
You know, his children get it as well. But my thing is that when does it come to a point to where you feel like, okay, in order for me not to have peace of mind or to know that I can walk away from this at any time, you know, we don't get married. We just live together.
They're basically shacking up, as the old folks said.
Well, yeah, I'm shacking. I ain't trying to get married. I'm just gonna sit there and shack.
Some people feel like they're better off just living it.
There you have
They feel like once they sign the paper, like things go bad. So it's a mentality thing too. I mean, but I've heard people say that things are going fine the way we are. Why get married?
Yeah,
That's the devil talking to them.
These men, you gotta look at some of the men too are afraid because you have to look at, you know, society, the justice system has constructed things to where everything always went in a woman's way. She got everything. She got the house.
Got it all.
You know, that I didn't work hard all these years to build this foundation just to have it snatched from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I done everything in vain, and you just reward her with everything. And that'll make a man say, well, you know what? I don't want to get married because I don't want to so happen to be in this situation.
That's still Spicy. That's still not an excuse to not to get
I'm not saying.
But what I'm saying is why I say that is it really isn't an excuse because they got that thing called prenup.
Mm-hmm. I ain't
you
signing.
still get married. You got a prenup out there, so there's really no excuse not to get married when you have prenups rolling around.
Yeah, but see, what I'm saying is some men are shying away from marriage because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take in consideration the fact that a lot of these men that work so hard for a lot of things and they didn't lost a lot behind marriage because the justice system had geared so much towards just the woman.
Yeah.
It's just like I got divorced. The judge was handing me everything, all 4 vehicles, the house, even his drawers. Okay, I'm just be honest. But I was woman enough to say, no, I'm not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, that's still my kid's dad. He's got to live too. That's not right.
No.
I only got one butt. I can't drive 4 vehicles. And how is he going to get a job to help me take care of these kids if he doesn't have a vehicle? See,
somebody get one, at least one.
No, I get 2.
I'm just kidding.
But my thing is that, you know, it comes to a point of time to where a woman needs to put her foot down against the justice system.
Yeah,
I was not going to go with that. I was not going to let him suffer. Even to this day, with both of my exes, I'm happy for them when they excel. I'm happy for them when they do things. I root them on. You know, just like my baby's dad, I sent him a text. He just went into owning his own business, something he always wanted to do. Congratulations. I want them to do well. You know, but when you have situations where the women say, I'm going to take everything for what you got.
Mm-hmm. Those being vindictive.
That makes a man not want to get married.
Makes him bitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. So you have to
the same way.
Yeah, not as an excuse, but consideration, because it is unfair.
It is unfair. They shouldn't make it fair. If the man made all this money, all this, built his life up before he got with the woman, she should just leave it where she came with. I'm sorry.
And my thing is, no, they should go 50-50. But my thing about
I don't think 50-50 because he wasn't 50-50 when he started the company.
But my thing
is
or whatever. Build it. We going 50-50.
That's different. That's different if you have a building.
You got to look at when you get into a marriage, you are a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That ain't I'm not gonna come in here and been cooking, cleaning, supplying, supporting, and helping you with everything, and I leave with nothing. No, that's the wrong answer.
No, I'm not talking about a woman like that. I'm talking about, like, let's say, let's use this person. Let's say we have the Drake or somebody, and you know they have fortune already. They're not married. Then all of a sudden they get married to some bride. The marriage didn't last but 6 months to a year. Now or less, and they getting half. What they earn half at?
But
That's
they don't get half because after 6 months you have to get half or get the
be married for
alimony. You got to
12
be
years.
married for
What I'm saying
a
is,
year, 3 years, 5 years.
No.
but it's still not long enough.
No, you have to, in order to get alimony or to get
Ain't it
majority,
like 10 years?
you have to be 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
And I know because I make sure I wait to 12 years to make sure I didn't get to leave with
Lord,
nothing.
help us, Lord.
I wasn't stupid. What I'm saying, because but see, I invested a lot because when I met him, we both had nothing. You know, in the military, I fought with him. I went through a lot as a military wife. You know, I sacrificed a lot. So I'm not gonna walk away with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why a lot of people are staying in these messed up marriages in the first place. They just trying to wait it out, wait till you get rich, wait till I get the alimony, wait. And it's just, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and my thing is, like I said, even at the end of the day, it's not about materialistic things, because when it came down to it, I was like, Sean, come over here and get this. Even when it came down to our deceased kids and our present kids, I split everything down the middle. I was not walking away with everything because I didn't have these kids by myself. These are not just my kids.
Right.
You know, even though my other two are gone, that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve to have a part of that memory as well. That's just being selfish. I was not that type of woman.
Right.
But see, what I'm saying is that we have to give the man the benefit of the doubt. Just like I said before, these men love their children. Don't take away from them and feel like, okay, because you know that their heart is their children and try to use that as a weapon to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why? I hate the justice system. I do. I'm gonna be honest. I despise it. Why is it that you only get to see the child every other weekend? Why is it that he can't come get the child whenever he get to miss the child? Why do he have to go through a court order? That's his child too. This both of y'all child equally. I feel like y'all both should have equal access to the child.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be just under the woman's control. And this is what I despise when it comes down to some of these women. Stop that. You ain't got to go by no court order.
No, I would never do anything like that, and I never have. You have your choice. You want to see a kid come and pick them up. Give me a break now. Go and pick him up. I don't have a problem with it. Just bring him back safely. Make sure he clean. Bring him back the same way I give him to you or her, and call it a day.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I've been saying over and over again, it's not your relationship with him is not his relationship with that child.
No.
That is totally separate.
Separate thing.
And that's what a lot of people need to grow up and realize.
Yeah. But on the reverse note, we're not trying to just all bash us women. We got men doing the same exact same thing the other way around.
Yeah,
they
I know. I'm going
through hot mess. Just hot mess. Not in the relationship for love.
But see, like that's one thing I like what he said. He brought out a true meaning that some people are getting a relationship and still leaving their options open.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they don't want to get married, because they feel like they still have options. And then when they find out the option that they thought was good for them didn't turn out the way they expected to, then they want to move on to the next.
Yeah.
Well, see, Spicy, that's the problem.
Yeah. But see, my thing is that he hit the head on the nail on the head.
That's the problem right there. You should. The thing about it, I'm like, look, you
there? Did he freeze?
Yeah, he did on that part, but he said some things I didn't agree with him though. He was saying open relationship. This is the reason. This is the reason why we're in this situation now, because everybody's trying to do an open relationship. I'm like, what is an open relationship? You might as well just stay single and sleep with a bunch of people, because basically that's what it is. It's not. I don't even an open relationship or anything, but it go back to communication. If you're dating somebody and everything, you should be able to find something out about that person, talk and ask questions and everything. And that way you ain't gotta be wasting your time with this person. You know, that's the problem. People don't talk to each other like they used to, because they sit down and have a serious conversation about where they want to be in 5 to 10 years, just like that person talk. That person will tell you a lot, and you might say, that ain't the one for me. I don't think I want to waste my time with this person.
Yeah. But the problem is a lot of people just not honest. They're not honest. They're not honest. They'll lie just to get you.
Exactly.
That's just like the fishing hook. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take another break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue this on.
Channel 1. present.
I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling, 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 started to fall, and where were you?
Wow. Yeah, did y'all see some of those reasons on there?
Mhm.
And we're not going to jump on a man because we'll have, after the next break, we'll discuss the man part, but we'll
Okay.
talk about the women. And I seen one on there where it states that she doesn't allow him to see a future with him. I also seen where she tries to change him.
Mhm.
And she creates too much drama.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't appreciate what he does.
Supporting and appreciate what he does and who he is. And
Mm-hmm.
this is a big thing to where when you tear a man down, and I'm not a man, but I know I'm a human being. And when you continue to tear somebody down, everything is negative, that pushes them away. They don't push them closer to you.
Mm-mm.
And then
Sure
you
don't.
wonder why they end up in a conversation with another woman that's actually inspiring in them, encouraging them.
Pushing that person to
Exactly.
be better.
So on some of those, Dwight, what's the most one that stood out to you the most?
Basically all of them, but that video was a good example because a lot of women don't appreciate the little things that men do. They don't get no appreciation, no matter how big or small, and that kind of make a man feel like, I mean, this woman don't appreciate nothing I do. She don't say nothing. Hey, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you for doing that, and you can kill yourself trying to do your best for them, and it's never enough. And that will discourage a man from wanting to be in a relationship, want to be with you, and because you feel like they shoot, they don't appreciate nothing you do for them and everything. And that's why I say communication is very important, talking to one another. And nobody's perfect. By all means, nobody's perfect. You gotta learn to communicate and work with each other, or it's just not gonna work at all. It's gonna fail.
And King D?
You're still muted.
Okay, there we go. I agree with Dwight. Yeah, you can't just beat a man down. A man has so much weight on his shoulders as it is. By trying to take care of the family, leading the family, making sure everybody have what they need, and then we get home and he can beat up some more. You can't kick him while he already down, so. And a man has a lot of mental, us men hold a lot of stuff in mentally. And men don't know how to express themselves the way women do. So we hold everything in. So when we get home and we want to sleep, we want to kick our feet up, get in front of the TV and ease our mind, not argue with somebody. So that's just me.
And I agree with that. And that's why I said that's anybody that come home from work. I mean, you might be at home dealing with the kids all day, but this man has been at work. You don't know what he went through at work. It's, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he comes to the door, is bam, and you are putting more extra pressure on him to where it comes to a point to where he's going to explode.
Mm-hmm.
It could come to a point to where if you at home handle the home the way you know how to handle the home, give him a mind of peace. When he's coming through that door from work, he's got up early, he's been at work all day. You don't know what went on at work unless he tells you. Because just like he said, and it is true, I do find the men, they do hold a lot, and they're not as verbal as we are, not expressionists as we are. They do hold a lot of things into where it just builds on them. And it's like just to have that woman to just give them that area of peace, that makes them want to come home to you. That makes them want to open up for more avenues with you. But when you don't take consideration the day he has, at least ask is, how did your day go? Rub his feet, have dinner ready, make sure the house is clean, have the kids to bed so that he can come home and be able to unleash. Then maybe on his day off, just say, well, can I talk to you? This share both of y'all, what y'all gone through. Keisha, what is your opinion on that?
I do agree. The one that really caught my attention is we don't understand the man. If you're in a relationship, you don't necessarily have to like the same things that he likes, but it would greatly behoove you to learn to like those things, because that is how you connect with that person. If that person likes jogging, maybe you should consider you have to meet that person where he is. You can't expect a man to cook with you, to watch Lifetime, Women Lifetime Network. Like you have to give. If he likes watching football on Sundays, go sit and watch football. I mean, I know when they make a touchdown, I don't know the rest, but I know when to yell. You have to connect with that person, with your man on any level. And then he's going to connect with you. And it's going to make it a little bit harder for people to come in and start to divide you, because you two are connected on the inside. You're connected on the outside. You've built that bond, and it's hard for other people to come in and break that. But you got to connect with him. That's the one that stuck out to me. You got to like what he likes. You ain't got to love it. You got to like it.
And I totally agree with you on that, because it's just like sharing each other's world. I don't have a problem. I might not understand football, but let me sit there and, just enjoy it with you. Sacrifice something. Just like everybody probably don't like to read like I do. People don't probably like the same thing. But if we can meet each other halfway to where we could just take time and sacrifice just to show some interest in what the other person like with the man, it shows that you are showing some type of sacrifice to where you're involved and interested in his part of emotions, his part of, what he loves. Because it's not just about just what you want. Just like these women sit up here, as soon as they have a football game, or you want to walk right in front of them naked, that could wait. That's his moment of peace. Give him his peace. If he don't want you sitting there, to give him that space. He'll spend time with you later. But at least give him his solitude. But we want to, he's always in football. All he do work with. Now, the only thing I can say about this, because I had an ex, he acted like every single sport he had to watch. Every single sport. So it was like no time. No, I don't agree with that. Now, when it comes down to the football, there's a time for football. But then after you finish football or soccer or hockey or whatever, because I don't know too many black men that's into ice hockey anyway. I'm going to just be honest. But make sure you find out time with that woman if she gave you that space to have that peaceful moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
And which is the
That's
point that stood out to you the most, Denise?
Well, kind of missed a little bit there, but I've listened to what y'all was saying. Not gonna be, but y'all pretty much said almost everything I wanted to say. But yeah, it does take a lot of compromising. A lot of compromising. Give that man a reason to want to come home, for one. And give him a peace of mind. Let him decompress for an hour when he get home. Because I know when I get home, I want to decompress. I don't want to talk. I just leave me alone for a minute. I don't have a lot to say on it. Just we need to do better. We need to compromise.
Yeah. And I think this is what a lot of, like in certain situations where people don't want to get married as well, is because they're looking at, they don't have that place of peace. They don't have that person that respect them. They don't have that person that support them. They deal with people that tears them down, that took from them, that didn't allow them to have that moment that they needed, but make them feel like they was in prison, to make them feel like that this is what it's all about. The arguing, the bickering, the never having a voice,
nagging.
But I feel like the reason why women are deterring more from marriage than getting married. This is from
Go ahead, don't stop. Keep talking.
I feel like the reason why women feel like that they don't want to get married is because men have stopped leading. Can we start that conversation? I don't think men is leading anymore. So it's not gonna. The woman is not gonna want to submit to a man that's not leading.
I'm scared.
So she's scared to. I mean, who wants to take a bum down the aisle? Let's just keep it real. Like, who wants to take somebody that?
No, the men are scared.
Yeah. Like, who wants to deal with that? I mean, if a man is not leading, a woman is not going to sit up there and cater to him, though. Why she's not going to have peace at home if you're not. I mean, a man's not going to have peace at home if he's not being the man of the house, if he's not leading. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
And I agree with that opinion.
I totally agree with it as well, because that, you have to look at the placement of the woman and the placement of the man, and it has been lost. And you have too many women out here that want to be the head, that wants to be in control, that wants to have everything about them and centered just on them. When it's not, it's a two-way street. A man has emotions and feelings as well as you do.
Right.
You have to look at, do you want to be treated the way you're treating him? And so, my thing is that if you can't treat somebody with respect, why would you want him to want to marry you?
Exactly.
Because it goes both ways. It's not just one-way street, And my thing is, I'm glad he said that, because if you do look at some of these households, the woman is leading everything. She's in control of everything. He has no say, even when it comes down to stepchildren. That's the other part that's going to lure men away, is because you're not allowing that man to be the proper man and father in that child's life, to where you are allowing that child to disrespect him.
Now,
to pay the bills, you want him.
It's something that there's one guy I know you don't like him, Mr. Kevin Sanders, and that's a great point. He made the point that some men that come in marriages, they don't get the benefits of being the true father to some stepkids, and they get bum rushed by the family. And you got a lot of men today, young men, they say the same thing. They don't want to marry a woman. They have kids because they don't want to deal with all that nonsense, with being the stepfathers. They're not getting the benefit out of it. So why marry a woman with kids if you're not going to be treated right?
Nope.
And I understand that, but my thing about it is that's the fault of the mother. That doesn't mean, and I can't stand Kevin Sanders. He is totally wrong. He is a butthole. Anyway, very abusive. Don't let me go on about him.
I didn't bring him up.
Only because of that, that should not deter men from all women that have children.
No.
Because you have women out there that allow that man to step into that place and be what he needs to be. But then you have these other women that do not allow the men to be what they need to be in that child's life.
Don't
You know,
touch my child. Don't touch my child.
But
Just-
it's mostly to young boys. You don't really see it. You don't really see that with the young girls. It's mostly if a lady has a male child and then this new person she's with is trying to discipline him, she tends to take up for that male child, and then he at some point will start to disrespect your boyfriend, your husband, because you've taught him that from a young age.
Yeah, and see, that's my thing is that, I don't know if y'all seen this. I think it was on TikTok because I'm a TikTok fan now. But there's a father that came on Christmas and he came into the home and he gave this father a Christmas gift. I was so proud of him because he thanked him for being in the spot that he wasn't in at that moment with his children. He thanked him for loving his children the way he did. Okay, my thing is that this is the problem with society today. You got a lot of men that says, I don't want you telling my children nothing. You got a lot of women that say, don't put your hands on my kids. But then you want a man there to help you with the bills and everything, but he can't say that to your children when they're being disrespectful. But I tell you what, anytime you cannot allow a man to be a man in your household, no matter whether he's biological or just a father that just stepped up to the plate, then you don't need that man in your life. You need to stay by yourself.
Stay by yourself.
And then that's when you have the failed marriage. You're going to go to that next woman that will welcome the presence of a man in her life and to help, because you got to have somebody to help you guide these kids.
Yes.
Yeah. You can do it by yourself. If that's the case, God would have made us be able to have kids by ourselves. That's not how it was.
Yeah, and see, the reason why a lot of people not like they know on the panel, they know I don't care for Kevin Sanders. No matter how he tries to word it, I don't agree with him because the way he coming from is the mere fact that a woman with kids doesn't have the right to have a man in her life because she got kids by another man. And I totally disagree with that. That woman is not allowing that man to step up and be in the shoes of a father to that child and teaching that child to disrespect to respect him, then that's a different case.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Because some women could be without a man because maybe he passed away, or maybe you don't know what situation caused her to be, a single parent.
Yep.
It's not always because she's
women for having children. Who does that?
I'm one of those parents. I had my sons. At the time, my first son, his father was hit by a car and killed. So innocent single mom.
Yeah, sometimes you can't help the situation.
You can't help the situation.
But I'm not gonna stay with a man that's beating on me either, just to have a father there with the kids.
Nope. Right.
Man in my life, I'm not setting the right example for my children to show them what the way a relationship is supposed to be and how to value themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, at the same time, these women, if you want a man to come in to the household and be a man, allow him to be a man, allow him to do what he's supposed to be doing, And my thing is, if you don't want nobody to discipline these bad kids, then I tell you what, you go somewhere else with your bad kids, so nobody else got to deal with it. So
get back with your boyfriend, your husband, and work it out so I can raise those bad kids together.
Yeah, he probably don't want to be bothered with them. But we're gonna go to break and we're gonna come back. And this one here is going to pay close attention because this one here is speaking on the part with the men. As we seen just now with the women, this is the part with the men.
Channel 1 Presence.
I seen some familiar corners, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let Keisha tell me what stood out to her on that part there.
Well, I would say a woman likes to feel protected. The part of you made her feel unsafe because you're wishy-washy. A lady, girlfriend, wife likes to feel protected. She basically likes to feel like you got her back, no matter what. Um, and just to me, just being honest, again, it's just a communication. We can go a lot further if we learn how to talk things out. You learn my language and I learn your language. That's what I got out of that.
And over on Twitch, Kyla, I don't know where you're getting that bad. She's asking, is this stream about death? I assume. No, this is not about a death. This is about bringing relationships back together and about marriage and where have the concept of it been lost. I don't know where you got the concept of death from, but thank you for tuning in over there on Twitch.
We can kind of say it is death of marriage.
And
Been to the funeral, the death of the marriage.
Florence is from Germany, tuning in through YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. And everyone over there on Facebook. Yeah, that's one thing I'm looking at as well. I seen some pointers there that was so familiar, that where you could actually push a woman away, and pushing her away is when you don't show her attention. You don't show that her feelings matter, or you're not taking time out to find out how she feels, how her day went. The same way as the men. We got to know how to appreciate and to acknowledge one another's emotions and be able to share that with each other. But in feeling safe, you have to say as well is when you make a woman not feel protected, meaning that you go out and you're doing other things with other people. You're more for other people than you are for me. How am I supposed to feel like that you're for me at all? It just makes sense that where if you want somebody to feel safe, you got to let them know that you got their back no matter what. King.
The point that stuck out to me the most was about the trust. Either you haven't gained trust yet, or you broke the trust. And once you break trust on either side, or don't never gain the trust on either side, men or women, I feel like that it's done void. It's not a relationship. It's not during chosen the marriage. So that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that video says a lot, and I agree with the video about showing a little appreciating the women, a little present here and there. Just show her that you love her. And also, you got some men, they in the bathroom more than the women. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, and that's another thing. You're too much into yourself. And that's just crazy. But you got to show women that you appreciate them too. Give them a little present here and there. I mean, just like I said, it comes to understanding each other and having a communication. If y'all, communication is like a bond. The more you communicate with each other, the more you understand each other, the more you would bond with each other. And then when you have that, you know what she wants, you know what he wants, and what y'all need and everything. So communication, all above everything else, is number one with me on this subject for men and women. You got to talk to each other. Don't talk. You got to talk and listen. If you don't do that, it's not going to work.
Yeah, and I also see something that where, more or less what they're saying is make her feel like, she's priority. When you always going out with the boys, when you always out with everybody else, or you're always leaving without her, how is she supposed to feel like she's important in your life?
Oh, it's me. Well, what I got out of that video, everybody's stealing all my answers. But what I did get out the video was that stood out for me was the wishy-washy, the trust issue, and the self-absorbedness. As women, we want to feel like we're important, and if you feel like yourself is more important, that's self. Of course, that's another thing for self-absorbed. You making yourself a priority over me, and it's not going to work. I need to feel like I'm important in your life, and if that person don't feel like you're important in their life, it's gonna fall apart anyway. It's gonna fall apart, and she's gonna find somebody else out there that's gonna give her that support.
Yeah, because just like the man, we say, make him feel important, make him feel, encourage him, support him. She needs the same thing. She needs to know that she's needed, that you appreciate her, that she, you love spending time with her. But when you're not putting time into her to bond in order to form anything, then what you want her? She's just there.
It has some men out there. Some men out there, they barely even know the woman's birthday, her favorite color, what she likes to eat, where she likes to go, her favorite things. You got men out there that are in a relationship that don't know nothing about the woman they with. Nothing.
That's sad. That's sad. And I mean, I know that to be true because, with my ex, it's like he didn't know the things I like. He knew some of my actions to certain things or some of my response. So a lot of it was just assumptions. He still didn't know me. But when you don't bond in time, and you don't know that person, you really don't.
It's bad when the friend, like, let's say that the woman or the man, I'm gonna go with both. I'm gonna do both. That their friends know more about that person than the spouse. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Well,
That your
that person
friends know
was
more
with the
about
wrong
you
spouse.
than your own spouse.
Yeah, that is sad. Because I mean, that's just like with your children. You should know your child.
That's why I say it's very important. Very important.
But if this is somebody you love, this is somebody you plan on spending your rest of your life with, if you spend a year with them, 6 months, you should know the dislikes and like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, at least most of them.
Yeah, because like I would say, like my ex, what's my favorite color? Purple. No, it's not. Well, everything you do is a purple. Purple is what I stand for. That's what I represent because of domestic violence. My favorite color is indigo blue. See, if you spend time with a person and you bond with them, you know stuff like that. You're like, my favorite food. What's my favorite food? What's my favorite color? What's the things that I
That's why I
dislike
say.
them? But if you don't spend that time and you got more time with your boys than you do with your woman, you might as well be sleeping with your boys.
Well, you probably know their favorite color.
Nobody likes it.
You know what they like to eat.
Yep.
Watch this. D, because that's my best friend over there.
I know my
D,
boys. Yeah.
watch this. Dominic,
My boys coming.
what's my favorite color?
I know what.
I don't know.
It's easy. It's easy. Tell me.
What, gold? Black.
Good
Hold on, I
evening.
gotta think about it. Hold on, I gotta think. Hold on.
Thank you for tuning in over there on Facebook.
I don't remember. Wait, is it blue
You're the one.
That's one.
and gold?
Rose gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pass,
But you
boy.
would have got it. You would have got it right with all colors.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have a favorite color. I really don't.
Yeah, I can say I don't think you have
I don't.
rose gold, but I didn't.
Rose gold is my new, but I have no favorite color.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of a relationship. I mean, just like
Yes.
you bond with friendship, that should be bonded in relationship when you're when you get married. But I could say from what we all discussed is that throughout the years we have lost the respect for marriage. We have lost respect for relationships. We lost respect for one. The everybody now, the norm is to not get married, to not get in a
Kind of broken up.
relationship.
Spicy's breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Y'all hear that? Okay,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Okay. But being that there is going on, you look at now. It's nothing against gays, but you're finding more relationships with the same sex than you are finding with the opposite sex, and it's because we're not taking time to bond and respect and appreciate one each other as a man and woman, woman to man to woman, and you see this a lot because the reason is, from what I'm hearing, that can't nobody understand a woman better than a woman. Can't nobody understand a man better than a man. So they feel like that's the reason now to where they deter from opposite sex relationships. And that's a big concern because it's like if women
with my best friend, she's lesbian or whatever. And I just feel like the reason, I mean, we've had conversations, behind the scenes or whatever. And it's more so because, like I said before, it's more because men stop being men. You know what I'm saying? And like real men, like work and provide and be leaders, and and it's like I'd rather be with a woman that's gonna do that's gonna do what a man is supposed to do than what a man is supposed to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that person is being the man. Like you're the provider, you're a girl, but you're being more of a man than a man.
And I understand exactly what you're saying because I had an ex-cousin. It was through marriage, and she felt like because the way the man treated her and what he put her through, that being with a woman, she didn't get treated like that because she understood her. But see, my thing is that
I don't agree with that because they always saying vice versa. That's why I'm with a man, or that's why I'm with a woman. You got two sexes dating each other. It's who you pick. You pick that person. So since you pick that person, you get it. You see what I'm saying? You pick that prize, and not saying you go find you the right man. See, people are also too picky. Oh, he's too short. He's too fat. That man would treat you like gold and everything. Man that you feel that you like and attracted to, and then when he don't do as you think he would do, well, I'm gonna start dating a man. I'm gonna start dating a woman. So it's who you pick, and like I said, it's about communication and who.
But see, people
you
are not
choose.
looking at that.
And that's the same thing for women that keep picking the same wrong women.
But see, that's not what people are looking at because
that's the problem right there, and it's not gonna ever get fixed until people sit down.
Yeah, but they see that was her reason of it. That's not my understanding of it. Like I said, I understand what Dominic was saying because that's the same thing that this cousin has said. But my thing is that we don't want to put the work in that is required in order to keep a relationship together. We're not respecting each other. We're not honoring each other. We're not valuing each other as a man and a woman. Now, the same thing that we can do with our girlfriends, we can do with our men.
Yep.
But see, we quit to bring our girlfriends into our business instead of taking the time to confide in our man.
Yep.
And this has been a problem as well, is that you bring your friends into a relationship to where you have more relationship with your friend than you do your own husband.
Yeah, but on the cool, they be trying to get you away from your husband because they can do which girl I can keep them alley cats out your business.
But sometimes I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
Sometimes, well, I was gonna throw this out here. I know it's a little thing, but unfortunately, even with a good marriage, outside people don't respect your marriages.
Nope.
They don't. They get jealous. They get deceptive, and they are on a prowl to destroy what you're building.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's why, because people don't realize, even as your mother, your dad, your sister, keep them out your business.
They're not supposed to be there.
Because everybody's not happy for you. Everybody don't want to see things work together or try to find a way. But they first, if you notice, a lot of people that you talk to, what is their first response? Girl, you need to leave.
On the
me
first
and my
problem.
Me and my coworker just had this conversation this morning. It's crazy. Me and Stephanie just had this conversation this morning. We were both telling each other how, like, when you get married, and once you tell their family one thing bad about that person, they're never gonna like that person.
Never.
So, and then it's just marriage over at that point, because anything they do and you go tell them, they're gonna make sure that you know that they don't like them.
Yep.
So, you know, and not saying that the family has anything to do with y'all's marriage, but once you put them in it, it's a wrap. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because you might forgive them, but they ain't.
Nope.
yeah, they're never gonna forgive.
And then my thing is, if you have a family member that's not married or can't keep a man or whatever, what make you think they're gonna be happy for you anyway and want to see you get together or stay together?
Yeah, she's gonna be the first one telling you to leave.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the first one on the back
I'll be
door.
there for you. I'm gonna be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a girlfriend that's going through some serious stuff, and I tell her, whatever choice you make, I will stick by your side. No matter how many times you have to forgive your husband, that is your husband. And if that is what you choose to do, then I'm going to stand by you. And I tell her, do not listen to these other females telling you to leave, because if the situation was turned, they would be at home with their boo-boos trying to get it fixed. So you can't listen to all advice, especially not good advice.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we went through with one of my best friends. And she's going through a lot of stuff right now. And she just got through a mess. And I had told her, no matter what choice you made, I was going to stick by you regardless. I did the same thing you did, Keisha. Said the same thing to her. But I did tell her it would have broke my heart if you hadn't went back with him.
After that was over.
After I was over. It's all over.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and head on out.
That's just for better. That's for better or worse. And that's the part right there.
Oh, he was the worst. Oh. He was the worst. That's a hot mess. I don't want to go into that story. That's a hot mess. But I'm glad it's over.
We can only pray that things change, because I made it a choice to stay single, because the man that I was being a magnet to was not wanting the right things in life. And I need to work on self first and focus on me.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize. And that's one thing the guy was saying in the clip earlier, was that you keep trying to find options and find the next person, but you're not taking time out to fix you first, because sometimes there's some flaws within you and the reasoning why you can't hold a good relationship. It's not always that other person. Sometimes it's yourself.
Yeah, sometimes it's you.
It's you. Got that right.
Either or. It can just be you. Something. It might be the other person too, but you also got to look at your own self versus on to what they're, because everybody's going to always point out the flaws of the other person.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes you got to turn around and walk in that bathroom and look in that mirror. What did I do?
Or what could I done to change things or better things? Because sometimes the way we react is not always the right way. The way we respond is not always the right way or the right answer. And it's the one thing that you did in the first relationship doesn't mean it's going to work in the second relationship.
That's right.
It work in the first, and second, and third. There's something that needs to be changed up because it's not working at all.
Yeah.
So, we'll be reaching for some topics for next week. We don't know what we're going to talk about next week. So I'll be taking some. If anyone have any ideas, just shoot them over to me. We could discuss some topic. If you have topic ideas, be more than welcome to shoot them over, and we will discuss it. Do be paying attention to the posts. We do encourage y'all, the ones, especially poets. You never know if you got it, which I feel like a lot of them do. They just hiding it. But make sure you get your videos in for the poetry contest. This is going to be something powerful. I've seen some of the videos already, and I'm like, took my breath away. So we will be coming back next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any topic ideas, please email me at unspokenheart70 at AOL.com, or just inbox me on Messenger on Facebook. Y'all have a blessed day and know that you're loved. Stay safe and stay well.